This isn't a story about imitation. It's a story of controlled evolution, shaped by politics, technology, and national limits. Let's rewind to the 1980s. Japan was facing a serious strategic problem. Its air defense force was flying aging fighters, while regional threats were on the rise. At the same time, domestic laws restricted offensive weapons, and relying too heavily on foreign suppliers was a politically sensitive issue. The American F-16 fighter existed as both a solution and a constraint. It was a proven platform, reliable and effective, but it was also American-controlled. So, Japan made a strategic request, permission to produce an advanced version of the F-16 right there, at home. The United States agreed, but under very strict conditions. What came next was the Mitsubishi F-2. On the outside, the F-2 looks a lot like an F-16, and that's where the confusion starts. But internally, it's a very different beast. The first major change was the wing. Japanese engineers designed a new, larger wing using advanced composite materials. This increased the plane's lift, payload capacity, and range. But it wasn't a simple upgrade. This new wing introduced structural issues that needed extra reinforcement. The plane's weight went up, and so did the cost. The avionics were completely redesigned. In fact, Japan developed one of the world's first operational AESA radars for the F-2. This advanced radar system actually entered service before similar systems were installed on American fighters. The entire sensor suite was optimized for Japan's specific needs: maritime strike capabilities and air defense. The airframe itself used different metal alloys and unique manufacturing processes. Japanese industry prioritized longevity and resistance to corrosion, which makes sense given the salty, maritime operating conditions around the islands. Even the weapons integration followed a distinctly Japanese doctrine. The top priority was anti-ship missiles, crucial for defending the sea lanes around Japan. Air-to-air superiority was considered secondary. This aircraft was never built for fighting wars far from home. It was built for one job: to defend Japan's sea lanes and its national airspace. But not everything was Japanese. The engine remained American. The flight control software was American approved, and critical systems stayed under strict export control. Full, true independence was never part of the deal. The result was an aircraft that looked familiar but behaved very differently. It had a higher wing loading and different roll characteristics. The larger wing actually increased its radar cross-section, making it easier to detect. But the biggest issue became the cost. The scale of production matters. Logistics matter, and the freedom to export your own technology matters. Japan learned from this experience. Later defense programs, like the new F-3 fighter project, have emphasized independence right from the very start. So, the Mitsubishi F-2 stands as powerful evidence that copying is rarely simple. Every single modification has a consequence. Every compromise leaves a fingerprint. It was never a clone. It was a constrained evolution, a unique aircraft forged by the complex interplay of alliance politics and national strategy. And that is why it exists only in Japan and nowhere else. Thanks for watching. If you found this look into military technology and strategy interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives. See you in the next one.